Thank you very much. It's been almost a year and a half since the crime, and now it's been about a month and a half since the man charged with the murder of Mollie Tibbetts was back in an Iowa courtroom for an evidence suppression hearing. Cristhian Bahena Rivera now awaits his murder trial set for February on a change of venue in Sioux City. Mollie Tibbetts was then a 20-year-old University of Iowa student about to be a sophomore. She was out jogging in her hometown of Brooklyn in Iowa County back in July of 2018 when she disappeared. KWWL reporter Vinnie Lowry tonight takes a look back at the 2019 courtroom saga of Rivera.
Authorities say 24-year-old Cristhian Bahena Rivera led them to the body of Mollie Tibbetts in the summer of 2018. Rivera made his first court appearance in August of 2018, charged with the murder of 20-year-old Tibbetts.
Mr. Rivera, you have been charged with murder in the first degree.
Over the last year, Rivera's case has been a significant amount of motions and delays, along with changes in location. In March of this year, his original trial location was moved from Poweshiek County to Woodbury County due to pre-trial publicity. A couple of months after the move, Woodbury County approved a reschedule of his trial from September to November, with a suppression hearing, which is when it's decided what evidence can be used at trial, set for August. But when August rolled around, a 29-page motion was filed by his defense team asking for his interrogation to not be allowed as evidence, stating he wasn't properly read his Miranda rights. The state would later agree, saying the officer inadvertently failed to inform Rivera that anything he said could be used against him at a later time. The next week, Rivera was granted a delay to his August suppression hearing, moving it to November, and a judge officially waived Rivera's right to a speedy trial. And the delays continued in October. Rivera's request for his trial to be delayed again was granted, moving it into 2020. As the suppression hearing neared in November, prosecutors for the state asked a judge to make sure they can cross-examine Rivera in the hearing, even though he planned to enter a written affidavit of testimony. Rivera's attorneys looked to suppress a portion of Rivera's interrogation, citing him not being read Miranda rights properly, while investigators told the judge about the evidence they collected with their interview with Rivera.
Now, you did not read Miranda warnings to, or not give Miranda warnings to Mr. Rivera until later in the interview, is that right?
That is right.
So why not give Cristhian Rivera Miranda warnings at the very beginning whenever you went in with him to the interview room?
Because he was not in custody.
Okay. Did he become in custody at some point during the night?
When there was a detainer issued to him.
And the day they said he led them to Tibbetts' body.
And we went back maybe a quarter of a mile and told us to stop. And then at that point where we were stopped, on our left, there was standing corn, but there was a long, empty, I wouldn't even call it a field drive, it was just a long lane looked like it'd been in like an old driveway or something, just right in the middle of the cornfield. He told us that's where we would find her.
The judge said if Rivera entered a written affidavit of testimony, the prosecution would have the chance to cross-examine him in open court. Rivera's attorneys chose not to submit the affidavit. And just this week, a judge ruled prosecutors can use key evidence against Cristhian Bahena Rivera. The evidence is information given by Rivera that led them to Tibbetts' body. The judge did say some of Rivera's statements must be suppressed. Rivera said them during an interrogation after he wasn't read his full legal rights. The judge also ruled they can use key blood evidence. Reporting in Waterloo, Vinnie Lowry, News 7 KWWL.
Vinnie, thanks for the update tonight on that long case. Court documents indicate the state of Iowa has already paid more than $12,000 just in interpreter fees in this case. The murder trial for Rivera begins February 4th, Woodbury County. That's out in Sioux City.